lot of items. I just bring some conversation pieces like the new fridge smarts. I have it all listed on here so people can look at it. If I'm talking to somebody else, they can know all about it. It has all the item numbers, how much they are. I also do a questionnaire I have, and it's one from Tupperware. It asks you your name and if you want to be signed up for the newsletter or if you're interested in a fundraiser. Good way to tell them want to sign up for the newsletter. They fill it out and they put it in there. I've gotten some recruit almost working on from there. And I got 2 parties right from just my last vendor event. And it's a nice way because I have the Tupper Trends with the email, so you get everybody's email. I even go to all the vendor tables, ask if they want to sign up for it. Vendors there are potential anybody. My last first girl I hired, Erica, she was a table on the side of me. She made her own jewelry. She was like, everybody's going over to your table, not looking, it's Tupperware sells itself. She was so excited about it that she's like, go to the bathroom, I'll try working your table for you. And she signed up. She's like, I just want to do Tupperware now. So, person sitting on the side of you of your vendor events, it works out so it's so nice, it's fun. I'm kind of hyper, so if anybody walks by, I don't know if you've noticed, but anytime anybody walks by, as soon as I catch them glancing at my table and they see Tupperware, I'm like, yep, Tupperware's still around, 65 years. They've been around 65 years. Oh my God, I have my first piece, and it draws them over to you. Sometimes I used to have I have the pink beads. So if I start talking to somebody and they get all fun, I'm like, oh my God, here's the Tupperware beads, and they're just plain pink beads, and they're so excited. If I really get engaged in a conversation with somebody at one of the events, they're coming over, they're talking, they're touching, or they're with me for 5 minutes, I throw them a citrus peeler. So I usually have all this stuff in my apron. I also carry one of each book in my pouch also, and also my business cards, and then I have business cards displayed. Everything, like I said, sells itself. It's so easy. That's where, like I said, Christina was walking around and came up, and we'll do how I talk to her.
Ooh, what is this?
Hey, how you doing? It's Tupperware.
This is Tupperware. Wow.
I'm like, okay, so then I start talking to her. I'm like, oh, do you work or anything? She's like, yeah, I'm not happy with my job, and I just need to hear that. That's all you need to hear is something to that effect. And I'm like, oh, you interested in selling Tupperware? And usually on this sign, I like bringing a whiteboard because I can keep changing my signs. I'll put join my team for $30 or join the Tupperware biz for $30, ask me how. So I always constantly change that. I bring that with some fluorescent markers. So I asked her, what she was if she was interested in having a party or if she wanted to sign up.
And I said, see.
Yeah. So she said, oh no, I'll think about it. Now I had to work on her for 2 months. Don't ever give up when they say no. I'm like, oh,
role playing. I thought it was good. Yeah, I'm sold.
She was like, oh, okay. And then what else were we talking about that day?
But everything, because they really wanted the marinade. And she was like, oh, you buy this, then you get this, but then you get this, and it's this. And I was like, I just want the marinade for right now. And she's like, oh, but then there's like so many other things that go with it. And I was like, this is all cool. So I'm so interested in the marinade and working towards that.
So she wanted the marinade, then she didn't when I gave her the price and everything. She was like, oh, I don't really want to spend that much with the shipping and everything. I'm like, okay, so if you ever want to have a party, let me know. She goes, oh, I would be interested in selling. Okay, I'll give you a call, took her number down, and she walked away. I called her up the following week and says, hey, rally's coming up. You want to at least go to a rally? Oh, all right, I'll let you know. And for some reason, she didn't make it that time. I'm like, oh, I have a meeting. Do you want to come by? Oh, and of course, she's not thinking about things, so I still got to keep her on the line. And then finally I said, hey, rally's coming up. Come on, you get a free piece of Tupperware for going. Just go. It'll be awesome. And then what happened at rally? So it's so easy. You don't even know the person, like you don't know at events who's walking by, because it could be this person sitting on the side of you. And most of my customers at vendor events are the people at the vendor events. They're all walking over, they spend the time, you're sitting on the side of them. So talk to everybody when you do vendor events. Like I said, you can find and make your own. Just because you don't know of one around, go through your community paper you might have, something online. It's very, very easy. Go to some churches. I just actually went to the Fall River Amularsky League, Faxon, talked to them about a fundraiser. They're doing one. They have one booked for next month already. So you just go there, make it like, oh, I can't believe Tupperware's still around. If I had $1 for every time somebody said that, I'd be rich. But it sells itself. Just set up. Don't put too much on your table. One other trick that I do too is this is the party in the bag. This is, I put a sales flyer, a couple of receipts, and a big book and a citrus peeler. So everybody says, oh, I don't wanna have a pie. I'm like, here, just take this. Try getting, you know, a couple of $100 in orders. If you get $250 from the beginning, I try to get to $250. You get a free thank you item. You get an item at half off. You get $25 hostess credit before we ate the free cake takeaway. Just try it. And I also got a lot of booking parties from that, and people call me up with $300-400 because they want to get the hostess gift. And I don't have to do anything. They call me on the phone. They give me the numbers. Give me their credit card. It's done. I didn't see them anymore. It's so easy. It's all out there. So vendor events do work good. Like I said, if you get anything that it's at a mall, perfect, because the traffic in there is just coming not just for the mall. They're coming just not for the vendor event. Like I said, churches, people that have something else to drag it in there, coming. It's awesome. So try them, and it works. It's good.